So trust your gut. Trust your numbers. Trust your Uncle Vito if you want. But know this, that sleeper is out there. The question is, who's gonna play him? This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time.
To create your account, click on the banner link on the DougStewartShow.com or the Doug Stewart Show app. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need in the world of sports, concerts, or theater. I don't care what it is. I don't care where it's at in this great land of ours. My man Smooth at smoothtickets.com, he got them tickets. I'm telling you, boxing, baseball, NBA, NFL, country music concerts, hard rock, hip-hop, theater, Broadway, he's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you, smoothtickets.com. Once again, that's smoothtickets.com, or give him a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You got to tell him, though, that I sent you. You got to tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, smoothtickets.com. That's smoothtickets.com. Yeah!
It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Yes, sir.
Broken glass everywhere. People pissing on the stage, you know they just don't care.
Wow, 1982. Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5, The Message. One of the earliest rap songs. I don't think it was played on the radio at all at that time. But one of the earliest rap songs that kind of made it nationwide that everybody heard. Keep in mind, I always have to remind you. I don't have to remind you. Y'all know this. But I grew up in the deep South. The great city, and I mean the big city of Moncks Corner, South Carolina. Now, if that song came out in 1982, we probably didn't hear it till about 85. That's no lie. That's no lie. We got things way late in other places, and I don't think it was just in the South. I'm pretty sure in the Texas area, the Midwest, maybe even the West Coast. I'm sure that the music and all of the hip hop came out of New York City basically at that time, and I mean all. You got things late. Like, we didn't have the internet at that time. All right, remember that. In 1982, we were 10 years away from the internet. The first time I really got on the internet was 1994. Okay? So this is 1982. So information didn't travel as fast as a click of a button. Like, something didn't happen in New York City, and I'm talking about, cultural-wise. Something didn't happen in New York City, and they heard about it in Compton, California the next day or the next minute. Music wasn't shared instantly. Everything wasn't instant, okay? And there was no internet. So, yeah, if Grandmaster Flash and the Furious 5 dropped The Message in 1982, we definitely didn't get it till at least 84, 85. Yeah. Am I lying? If I'm lying, I'm dying. What else was going on in 1982, man? E.T. Phone Home. That was the quote by E.T. in the movie E.T. If you follow me on Facebook, I posted a picture, a real creepy picture now that I think about it, of, I think it was Ebony Magazine in 1982. And it was a picture with Michael Jackson and E.T. All right, so E.T., excuse me, was this alien, and there was this big movie about it, and kind of like an iconic type movie. And Michael Jackson had taken a picture with E.T., and E.T. is standing behind him, kind of like that Step Brothers picture. And E.T. is standing behind him with his little alien hand on Michael Jackson's shoulder. And Michael Jackson is passionately holding and caressing E.T.'s hand. What? Yeah. And so, yeah, Michael Jackson was holding. You need to look at this picture. I posted it on Facebook, on my Facebook page. Maybe I'll post it in the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. But that was pretty damn creepy. E.T. was an alien, and I mean, he wasn't an attractive-looking alien or anything like that. And, Michael Jackson, allegedly some things about Michael Jackson and his private life, and he's holding this alien's hand, and it's kind of creepy. Now, at the time, I didn't think it was creepy, probably, because at the time, your boy was, 12, 13 years old. And so Michael Jackson was a big thing, and E.T., the movie, was a great thing, 12 years old. I remember seeing E.T. in the movie theater. But now that I look back at it at 47 years old, Michael Jackson passionately holding E.T.'s hand on the cover of Ebony Magazine was not a good look. Yeah. They're here. You remember that line from Heather Rourke in Poltergeist? I remember the line, but I didn't see the movie because I'm not into scary movies like that. Raid kills Bugs dead. That moniker started in 1982 when it absolutely positively has to be there overnight. That's the first year that we heard FedEx's legendary slogan. I think they still use that today. So those are some of the little pop culture things that were going on in 1982. What else? John Belushi died in 1982. Movie star John Belushi, Jim Belushi's brother. Heroin and cocaine overdose. Damn. What kind of party were you at, bruh? Damn. They said this man died of heroin and cocaine. Don't they call heroin like white lady? Is that white lady? I don't know. My drug references. But he really went out partying. Heroin and cocaine. Damn. Rest in peace to the great John Belushi. And oh yeah, you remember this happened in 1982 as well? I remember this, man. This was a scary thing. Like, two things in my childhood really scared me that I remember till this day. The Atlanta child murders, because everybody and their mama thought that Wayne Williams was their next door neighbor. I don't care. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I don't care. If you were a little kid back during the time when the Atlanta child murders were going on, if you were a little black boy and you grew up during that era, you were like a teenager or a little bit younger or anything, like Wayne Williams, and at that time we didn't know who it was, but the Atlanta child murders, whoever was doing these murders was like the boogeyman himself. So I remember that time period, but I also remember this, and this happened in 1982. 7 people died from swallowing poison Tylenol. This event is why food packages are now so tightly wrapped. I remember that. So you'd have a little headache, and you take a little bit of Tylenol, and you die. You'd be climbing Jacob's ladder the next minute. Some crazy person. Y'all remember that? Some crazy person, man, was tampering with medicines and poisoning them. So you literally were taking medicine to try to relieve your pain or whatever, and you died. 7 people died. I remember that. That was 1982. I was 13 years old, and so my mama didn't like taking medicine anyway. So I remember, man, you could have had the most pounding headache ever. We was never taking no damn Tylenol. Like, not just that year or before they caught the person that did it, and I believe they did catch the person that did it or was doing this, but for a long, long time, we were very suspect of taking any type of damn medicine because, people are fools and people are copycats, and so, yeah, that was horrible, man. All of that happened back in 1982. 1982, we were much more crazy than I think we are today. No, they're pretty crazy today, too. That was crazy, man. Crazy thing. I mean, you think there's crazy things that happen today? Crazy things have always happened in this country. Right. This is nothing new. Like I was telling my little Neil a couple of days ago when I told you we had the little dust up between the old bros and the new bros, and they was talking about how they do things, this, that, and the other. Like, bruh, young bruh, y'all ain't doing nothing we didn't do back in 1989 and 90. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Absolutely nothing, man. An 8-member jury in Los Angeles federal court has found New York Knicks point guard Derrick Rose and his 2 friends not liable in a civil lawsuit that accused him of gang raping Rose's ex-girlfriend, where she was incapacitated from drugs or alcohol. She'd been suing. Remember, this is a civil suit. So Derrick Rose, really, there was no chance that he was going to jail if he was found innocent of this. Basically what this was she was trying to get money. She was trying to get $21 million. One of the 2 men among the 8 jurors who identified himself only by his first name and age, Jared, 25, said the panel tried to look at the case in the plaintiff's favor, but in the end could not believe her and felt her tears were not genuine. He says, quote, "It felt like she was playing us," Jared said. That sounds like it's a young brother right there with that terminology. The second her lawyer started questioning her, she would start crying. I mean, granted, that could be realistic, but I feel I'm pretty good at reading people, and I felt as if it was false. Here's the question I got about this man, and I guess congratulations are in order for Derrick Rose. Maintain his innocence. Basically what this was, and my brother would hear, he would say this, basically what this was a train that went wrong. That's what it was. Here's the question I got, and I'm always very sensitive to this type of conversation, because I got daughters. I got 3 daughters, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Why shouldn't the press and the courts release this person's name at this point? You know, I can understand that you want to keep their identity disclosed or secret, you know, before the trial starts. But after Derrick Rose is found not guilty, why not release her name? I mean, tell me why I'm wrong. And the reason I say that is because, to me, and the juror said the same thing, it felt like it was a setup. It felt like it was a money grab. Like she was just trying to get some money. She knew exactly what she was doing. Basically, the courts determined. Like, don't you think that if you know that your identity is going to be kept secret one way or the other, whether you win or lose the case, you have nothing to lose by trying to get somebody for $21 million. You understand? But if this person knew, if this young lady knew that the facts would come out, and if she were to lose, you know, they were not to find Derrick Rose guilty, that the repercussion is the world is going to know that you lied, and in effect that you were promiscuous and you had this train ran on you, you would kind of be more careful in making accusations. Now keep in mind, this is 2016. Before DNA testing, there's so many cases that you hear about cats in jail for rape that when you found out after the DNA test that they did nothing at all. Like, I almost think there needs to be some type of penalty she needs to pay when they find Derrick Rose not guilty. What are your thoughts about that, man? 404-382-0338, because there's no incentive for anybody to tell the truth. There's only incentive because you got a 50 chance for the most part of winning your case and getting paid. And you suffer no consequences even though you lose. What are your thoughts about that? 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. It seems too simple. It doesn't seem fair. That's what I was talking about earlier. A couple of these little stories we're talking about, they don't seem fair. They don't seem fair. This story, and I'm also going to talk about Josh Brown here in a second, New York Giants kicker. And then also kind of sort of about this Vontaze Burfict thing for the Cincinnati Bengals. I want to talk about all of those before we get out of here. When we get back from the break, this is what we're going to do. We're still talking about 1982. You're still listening to the Doug Stewart Show. But when we get back, we're going to throw it back 7 years from this year to, I think, 2009. Or maybe it's 2010. I'm not exactly sure of the math. Classic Stew coming up next, back from the break. You don't want to miss it. Don't go away.